I recently got an interesting email to my 21st Century Musician newsletter inbox from a singer songwriter and voiceover artist from outside Montreal who wrote in with the following. When you engage yourself as a YouTuber or a content creator on Instagram or Facebook, do you need to spend some time scrolling on these platforms to see what's up? What are the trends, etc.? Here is my personal dilemma. I feel the need to reach my audience with other means than my music, my songs, but I feel trapped when I scroll on YouTube. Everything is interesting, and suddenly 1 hour has passed and I lose my creativity. I want to be the one that feeds, not the one that is fed. I think this is a very worthy topic for discussion. I advocate YouTube as being the ultimate tool for musicians to get their name out there, but social media is certainly not without its drawbacks. When I was thinking about my response, an old phrase came to mind: good friend, bad master. It's been applied to alcohol and money, but is equally applicable here. As a necessity, I spend a lot of time online, and like many of us, I can't help but notice the hours drain away when I'm on these platforms. Before I know it, my work-related viewing has shifted into gym fails or snoring dogs or GoPro footage of skydiving, and I've forgotten where I was in the first place. That's what these platforms are designed to do, after all. Keep your eyes on the screen. That's what's known as the attention economy. At their worst, they're ruining our collective attention span, our ability to appreciate the moment, spread disinformation, and hamper our capacity to think deeply or have a nuanced discussion with one another. But they've also been the ultimate tool for me and many other independent artists to get their work out into the world and connect with like-minded people who are into what we're making, like you, hopefully. It was through watching YouTube on my lunch break at work, especially the daily vlogs of YouTube legend Casey Neistat, that really inspired me to take it seriously and see its potential. I fell in love with the platform and still believe that if you want to work using a powerful tool like YouTube, you need to do your homework. That means watching it, engaging with it, learning from it, and responding to it. A few years ago, Rob Scallon set himself a challenge of writing and recording a song in an hour, so I thought I'd do the same. I was one of the first to copy him, and while other people got much bigger hits, it still felt cool to be part of a gang and show them what I could do. Responding to trends can be a great way of building up your audience, but to do that, you have to be aware of them. So yes, I do advocate a daily, time-limited dose of whatever your online vice is, TikTok, YouTube, although probably the less time spent on X, the better. That one seems to drive people a little crazy. Sticking to a time limit is easier said than done. I can preach the virtues of self-discipline, of course, but given the mind-grabbing power of these platforms, it's not as easy as saying, I'll get to work after one more video. In Johan Hari's excellent book on social media, Stolen Focus: Why You Can't Pay Attention, the author travels to Russia to interview James Williams, a former Google strategist turned writer, philosopher, and attention economy expert. James Williams believes our attention takes 3 forms. First, our spotlight. This is the narrowing of your focus for a specific, immediate task, making a sandwich or cup of coffee, or tuning your guitar. Second, our Starlight. Starlight is a broader focus on achieving longer-term goals. Over the next year, I want to write an album or a book, set up my own business. Third, our Daylight. That is the broadest form of attention that lets you consider who you are and why and how you have picked these longer-term goals in the first place. How and why do you actually want what you want? Why do I want to write an album or learn an instrument in the first place? In the attention economy, all 3 are under attack. James says that if you lose your daylight, in many ways you may not even be able to figure out who you are, what you wanted to do, or where you want to go. So without time to focus and think about our starlight and daylight, or the things that help us know who we are and what motivates us, we can feel lost, distracted, and unfulfilled. Creativity, drive, and deep thinking are very fragile and easily interrupted by tasty, sugary hits of junk distraction. I think this is one of the most important things I've learned recently, that we need to take time to replenish and nourish our daylight and starlight. I am aware that by making videos, I am actually part of a bigger problem. So I pledge that when we spend time together, it will always be of value. Johann Hari's book ends with the following advice to help counteract the onslaught of attacks on our attention, which I will summarize because they are worth incorporating into your daily life. 1. Stop switching tasks so much. Our brains are not designed to do that many things at once. If you need to focus, but you find yourself reaching for your phone, then leave the phone in the next room or turn your Wi-Fi off. Install time limit plugins to your browser. If you want to change your behavior, then set yourself up to succeed by removing temptation. Recognize when you feel that inner desire to do something else, like check your phone, but don't act on it. Instead, 2. Change the way you respond to distraction. Rather than berating yourself to focus or binging cat videos and shame spiraling, ask what you want to do to achieve flow state. Flow is the deepest form of focus when creating, when hours pass in seconds. Choose a task, one with real meaning that pushes you to the edge of your ability. You'll recognize flow when it happens. 3. Take time off social media. Hari takes 6 months off a year to focus on writing. That's easier said than done for those of us needing to promote ourselves all year round, but there are plenty of scheduling sites like later.com, not sponsored, but I have used it, that mean you can set up several months worth of social posts in a morning and then spend your time on other more creative pursuits. This is something I've genuinely put into practice. I don't really do TikTok, and I took several months off Instagram posting. And guess what? My YouTube channel had a whole lot more of my attention. And what did I miss on that Instagram break? Absolutely nothing. 4. Recognize the importance of mind wandering. Divergent thinking is where our great ideas happen. And with a constant source of distraction in your pocket, it's never been easier to fend off boredom. Go for a walk without your phone. Resist the urge to check Instagram in a queue. Leave the headphones in your bag once in a while. You never know what might spring to mind or who you might meet. 5. Sleep and dreams are vitally important. Don't take your phone to bed and do everything you can to prioritize good rest. Yesterday came to Paul McCartney in a dream after all. Thank you so much for watching. I highly recommend Johann Hari's book, Stolen Focus, if you found this topic interesting. James Williams also has a book, Stand Out of Our Light, Freedom and Resistance in the Attention Economy. I have started a weekly newsletter, The 21st Century Musician, all about creativity and navigating the new music business. So do consider signing up to that. But as always, I will be seeing you here again very, very soon.